undisputed champions.
Some fans cried tears of joy.
And others, tears by gas.
All that and more right here on Buckeye News Now.
Welcome back and Happy New Year, everyone. I'm Rithika Shah.
And I'm Ariana Bernard. You're watching Buckeye News Now. After the Ohio State Buckeyes secured the program's 8th national championship on Monday night, they spoke to the media for one last time in Arlington on the team's historic win. Our sports director, Hayden Grove, brings you what Tyvis Powell and Urban Meyer had to say about Ohio State's newest piece of hardware and where the team will go next.
Following Ohio State's national championship victory on Monday night, Urban Meyer, Cardale Jones, and Tyvis Powell met with the media on Tuesday morning to discuss a variety of topics heading into the offseason and beyond.
For me, it was like a dream come true. I mean, just to see us going out there and sending the seniors out with their last victory, I mean, that's just the greatest feeling in the world. This whole season for me was dedicated to the seniors. I mean, they were great leaders, great captains, and it was just a overwhelming feeling just to know that they got their last victory and they're national champions.
Well, I think we'll be very good. I think we have to watch for, complacency in the program, and we're going to watch that very closely. We have a little bit of transition of coaching staff there. This is a very complicated machine, college football. When you start thinking about all the different hurdles that are along the journey, and so it's just I have an incredible staff. My right-hand man is Mickey Marotti, and so we'll visit today at some point and start putting our calendar together and having conversation with players about futures, and it's a very complicated machine.
The Ducks and Bucks have more in common than just playing in the national championship game. It turns out that the birthplace of the Oregon Ducks mascot is, of all places, Ohio. Stagecraft, a Cincinnati-based company, designed and created their costume about 30 years ago. Stagecraft has created mascots for many schools around the nation, including North Carolina, Duke, Louisville, LSU, and UConn.
Shortly after the Buckeyes became national champions, students and fans gathered on High Street in celebration. In an effort to control the large crowds, Columbus police and SWAT released canister gas after air horns and loudspeakers failed to stop the crowd from growing. Here's what one student had to say about his experience.
I didn't get hit that bad, but we had somebody, I went back to my house and we had somebody come in and they were just like crying and like they couldn't see, they were like running into walls. And so we had to like dunk their head underwater for like 15 minutes.
Students also gathered around Mirror Lake and the Oval to release their excitement. According to a press release from Columbus Police, 6 to 7 arrests were made and were mainly related to couches and dumpsters being set on fire. People broke into the shoe and successfully tore down the goalpost at the south end of the stadium. The damage caused by fans hanging on and pushing the goalpost is estimated at about $4,000.
There's been a lot of attention surrounding the college football national championship, but some Americans around the country believe universities like Ohio State with big-time sports programs place too much emphasis on athletics over academics. In a poll conducted by Monmouth University, 67% of adults said they believe universities with big-time sports programs do not maintain an appropriate balance between academics and athletics. About 1,000 Americans were interviewed for this poll.
Some might say that skipping the first couple days of class for a football game is exactly what that poll was talking about. Ohio State and Taco Bell partnered to offer 1,000 free student tickets for OSU fans to experience the national championship in Arlington. With flights, road trips, or even campus watch parties, getting to class on time after the night game was a little tricky for some students.
I even sent the whole class emails through Carmen saying, there's some obscure football game that some of the students will be at. As long as you read the syllabus thoroughly and do what you have to do for the first class, no problem.
While some professors were lenient for the occasion, Vice Provost Wayne Carlson sent an email to students reminding them of the consequences of missing class the first week back. Some students, however, planned on skipping syllabus day anyways.
Ohio State's become such a huge sports school. So many things are about the football team, the basketball team, that a lot of people put more emphasis on going to the game and than, oh, I don't need to go to this one class. I can afford to miss this one class.
acrobatic art at the Ohio Union.
And OSU men's basketball beat Michigan.
Up next on Buckeye News Now.
Republican Governor John Kasich delivered his inauguration speech on Monday at Southern Theater in downtown Columbus. He began his second term with a 45-minute speech before a crowd of 900. Kasich stressed how proud he is of how far the state has come, but that he does not want to get comfortable. He emphasized teamwork and personal responsibility throughout his speech, while also touching on bipartisanship in politics.
Like the thought of going to college for free? Well, so does the president. President Obama recently proposed a plan to offer 2 years of community college tuition for free for students who meet a minimum GPA. Obama will be presenting his proposal called America's College Promise in Tennessee this Friday. The White House says about 9 million students could be affected by the proposed program, and each full-time student could save nearly $4,000 per year.
Put simply, what I'd like to do is to see the first 2 years of community college free for everybody who's willing to work for it. That's right, free for everybody who's willing to work for it. It's something that we can accomplish, and it's something that'll train our workforce so that we can compete with anybody in the world.
You may have noticed a recent addition to the Ohio Union as you walk through the building. During winter break, a sculpture titled Circus Acrobats was installed and features 2 figures cast in bronze soaring over the Great Hall of the Union. The art piece was created by George Siegel in 1988 and is a permanent gift to the university from the George and Helen Siegel Foundation.
Siegel worked mostly by putting the actual molding medium on the people and then taking it off and then making a whole cast from that. So that's how these figures were made.
It's been a chilly walk to class this first week back, and 2015 really brought us some cold air. In fact, it brings back memories of last year's record low temperatures.
And just earlier, when I was talking to our very own John Banghoff, he said if school had started a week earlier this year, we might have had some classes canceled again.
Wow. So John, can you tell us just about how long this cold will last?
Bertha and Ariana, much cooler to start your January now, about halfway through, and not a whole lot of relief here for the day-to-day. 30 degrees for the afternoon high. It's going to be brisk out there. Winds out of the southwest about 5 to 10 miles an hour. Increasing clouds to the afternoon, drop down to a low of 22 degrees as we start out your Friday. For the day tomorrow, high of 31 degrees by the afternoon. It is going to feel cooler, though, when you get partly sunny skies, a little more clouds than we have today, and that northwest wind about 5 miles an hour. It is going to feel pretty chilly out there. Drop down to 20 degrees for tomorrow night and into your Saturday morning. But check this out. By Saturday afternoon, high of 42 degrees, a little bit warmer, relatively speaking. Mostly sunny skies for the day. Southerly winds bringing up some warmer air from the south, and then dropping down to only 35 degrees by Sunday morning. We do see a chance of some AM showers for the day on Sunday, getting up again to 39 degrees, so pretty mild for the day there. Mostly cloudy skies throughout, and then heading into the day on Monday, much cooler. Going to be 32 degrees as the eventual afternoon high. Mostly sunny skies. Enjoy your day off. I'm meteorologist John Banghoff. Back to you guys in the studio.
The night after Ohio State's big win in Texas, the men's basketball team also impressed by defeating their Big Ten rivals in the Michigan Wolverines by a score of 71-52. Lantern assistant multimedia editor Khalid Moalim brings you to the shot for some Buckeye hoops.
Ohio State was as high as number 12 on the college basketball rankings this season, now coming off of their 4th loss of the season to Indiana. They're completely out of the AP Top 25. To start off the night, the Wolverines not the quick start they hoped for. Aubrey Dawkins with the missed 2-point shot. Now to the other direction of the court. Shannon Scott passes it off to Cam Williams, with this shot being the only one converted for him of the night. Chris LeBarrett keeps his team alive in this first half with this 2-point bucket and goes on to finish the game with 14 points and 2 boards. Freshman guard D'Angelo Russell commanding his squad, who finished with a game high of 21 points, handing the ball over to sophomore Mark Loving for the 3. Spike Albrecht of Michigan said the energy inside the arena felt odd.
It was just a weird atmosphere out there, and guys like Harris and myself, we're the veterans. If we see that and we feel like the energy level is low on this team, we gotta step up and say something.
Let's fast forward to the second half. Ohio State starting where they left off. Coach Beeline tried to rally his team, but it just didn't work out. Final score 71-52 Ohio State.
We didn't play well, and they played very well, and we're better than that. But at the same time, we'll learn a lot from it. We'll get better.
You know, overall, I thought, especially started second half, we were able to get some tips, get some steals, get out and score in transition, and that was big for us.
Some of the OSU players after the game said that the football team's national title win was simply a motivational factor.
They gave us motivation for tonight. I guess Michigan was #1 in the Big Ten or something like that. So, I mean, if you're looking on paper, nobody would have thought we would come out and do that. And looking at the football team, nobody would have thought that they was going to come do that to Oregon.
Well, it's a wrap on football season for sure.
But not for Lantern TV. We'll continue to bring you campus news and sports throughout the semester as always.
Remember to like us on Facebook, follow us on Twitter, and on Instagram.
Thanks for watching. We'll see you next week.